Welcome back, Dark Army, and we're back with another Madden NFL A team rebuilding the Cleveland Browns. So rebuilding the Cleveland Browns. So last time we lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but only by a field goal, which actually happened in real life. They only lost by a field goal. Now, the thing is, in real life, the Browns went 0-16. One of the only teams, the second team to do so. Surprisingly, I know. But as you guys remember, we traded for a lot of good players and we picked up a lot of good players. So we have good tight ends. We have a good wide receiver core. Hold on. We have a good defense so far. So yeah. So we're good right now, but you never know. So today, so basically last time, oh, you won't be able to. So basically, we are in, well, last time, alright, I'm gonna start the game while I'm trying to talk. But last time, the Browns didn't win like they were supposed to. Because when Ray Lewis bought the Browns, he basically made a press conference saying on how he's going to try his best to bring the Browns to a better season than what they were before. Now, since they did not win, Ray Lewis is now getting looked at like, is he... last time after the game, he was part of the press conference, and he said that he's rebuilding the Browns. Okay, the Browns are better. The Browns can be better than what they're supposed to be. So he's trying to rebuild the Browns. So with him trying to rebuild the Browns, he kept saying on how he's gonna try his best to rebuild them, on how he's going to try his best to try and bring them to the playoffs, if not have a good playoff record. So yeah. So Ray Lewis is trying his best to bring the Browns to a better record than what they were last year, 1-16. So yeah. So hold on.
Bring you a terrific contest here as these two divisional rivals renew acquaintances for the first time this season. There's always a little something extra at stake when these teams face off. It's the Browns going up against the Ravens. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. Turn it over to Randy Godden and Jay Davis.
CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Ravens team as they get ready here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got a band together, your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if you can use it and get a victory.
That's strong running.
Alright, so then Ray Lewis then said that if the Browns do not go into the playoffs, as I was looking at the stadium just to see if I could move them, he said that if we do not go into the playoffs, that he will move the Browns. Now the thing is, I also said that if we do not make it to the playoffs, I have to cut Aaron Rodgers. No Browns fans are going to be happy about that one. That's definitely going to be something to talk about. Alright, so now what we're going to try and do is I'm going to unplug my mic so I can actually concentrate, and it's because I can't find anything else to talk about. So I'm going to concentrate, and I'm going to try and beat the Ravens in this game. So yeah, see you guys, and I'll see you guys at the end of the game. Bye.
And now a first down following that long gain. To throw is Rodgers. Being checked. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
On second down, Flacco to throw. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. Flacco to Perriman, and the Ravens have a first.
With Steve Smith retiring, someone's got to fill the void as the #1 receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. And Rashad Perriman, going into his third year, this needs to be his time.
First-round pick, of course, missed all of his rookie year with a knee injury, 33 catches last year.
He has the ability. Now he has to just go out and do it.
This is West. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. The numbers here last week for West. 20 carries, 74 yards.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Perriman, and it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Some things you just accept as fact in the NFL, and one that is true, the Baltimore Ravens are going to attack you on defense and create turnovers and takeaways. Their secondary had 18 interceptions in 2016.
That was tied for the most in the league. Passing play, Flacco. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand, oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The numbers for Green a week ago, well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think he'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, a guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Got his man, Isaiah Crowell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's brought down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
1st and goal. Forget running the football. Forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think 1st and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. Ben Roethlisberger, a first quarter touchdown pass in that one. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Terrence West, 83 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Rodgers now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Rodgers now to throw again. Dancing to his left. And some space here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He's got his man here. It's Green. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Rodgers now on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Gordon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. On play action, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Breaks it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. The second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
It's the turn now of Jeremy Maclin and company again on offense here. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Second down, Flacco now. And his throw is incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Setting up the screen for West. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's Flacco. And he's got his man. That's Macklin. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They go pass again with Flacco. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Terrence West, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Oh, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A reminder, coming up tonight, Green Bay visits Atlanta. All sorts of storylines there. A playoff rematch, also the opening of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then on Monday night, the Giants host the Lions.
So the Giants play on Sunday night and Monday night.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd down. Green with a catch left side. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 3rd down, 15 yards still needed. Here's Rodgers to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The 8th-year man from Tennessee, this is Britton Colquitt on to punt. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 40 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Christian Kirksey. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Flacco here on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They're in the 2nd quarter at Heinz Field. And the Steelers, they're out to an early lead. Antonio Brown, 95 yards receiving in that one. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Final shot before half for Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with a hometown ring. Now you folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback. But in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player so he can't get outside of you.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Fielded at about the 28. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Wormley in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Oh, a nice spin. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
No gain on the play there, second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play,
under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Here we go now.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's going to go down again. The number 1 overall pick, Myles Garrett. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I know every down's important, but you know as well as I do, partner. 3rd down is key for both offenses and defenses, and Cleveland's got to get better on 3rd down on D.
And what they did right there, you're right, they need more of. They were tied for 30th in the NFL in sacks last year, but a big one there brings up a punting situation. Hill shedding the tackle. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Browns getting set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
David Njoku, nearly 17 yards a catch in college. Those are wide receiver numbers.
Yeah, went to Miami. Brad Kaya was his quarterback. They were a really good combo. Also, how about the wingspan of the young rookie? 35.25-inch arms.
Quarterbacks love that. That catch radius, huge. And what he does after the catch, really impressive.
They go play action here on 1st down. This is Crowell on the catch. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, oh, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. And that'll be incomplete.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Ladarius Green, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
On the run, it's Crowell. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Second down following the run. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. Vaughn. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They begin with a run by Crowell. A beautiful spin and room to run. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
All right, here we go.
Back to the air on second down. Vaughn. And his pass incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop the... Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker. 1st and 10, they dial up a draw play. That's not a normal situation, but give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
Looking to throw. Tucker. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he will find his man. It's Kenny Britt. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his helmet. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They go back to the ground now with Crowell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They'll run it again with Crowell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Rodgers looking to throw. A screen complete to Crowell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On second down, here's Crowell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Crowell's going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone. It's 2 points and also a 2-score advantage as the lead swells to 9. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. That game's gone final, by the way, down in New Orleans. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Drew Brees, good game throwing the ball, over 300 passing yards. But not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Throwing to start the drive. Tucker, he hits his target. Left side, Watson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Tucker. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamie Collins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. To throw on third down. Tucker unable to corral him. He fights through. That is caught. It's Perriman. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And he'll spike it here with 13 seconds showing on the clock. To throw on second down. Tucker. It's caught at the 10. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
so for Cleveland, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
Scouting points are earned every week. Make sure you use all of your points. A portion of your remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Alright, so we came out with the win, 32-30. Most of those passes, most of the Ravens passes were kind of bullshit. And I'm gonna say bullshit because they kind of were. That's weird. I don't know why it shows so. But yeah. So we now lost. We lost to the Steelers, but now we beat the Ravens at their home stadium. So that doesn't move us. That moves us into 10th in the whole league. And this week we are now facing the Colts at their home stadium. So yeah, I'm going to sign these contracts, and then I'm going to look at players that we might be able to get in the draft, which is going to be a quarterback, because if we do not make it to the playoffs, we have to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, so I'm going to go, hold on, my phone keeps going off. Hold on. So yeah, I'm gonna go sign these 3 players' contracts. Oh yeah, there's a lot I need to sign. So yeah, I'm gonna go and sign these players' contracts. Especially Jimmy Garoppolo, because I need Jimmy Garoppolo. We're all gonna need Jimmy Garoppolo. So yeah, I'm gonna keep Jimmy Garoppolo because in case if I do lose Aaron Rodgers after this season, Jimmy Garoppolo will be our starter quarterback next season. And if not, then, well, if he can't become our starting quarterback for next season, then I'll try my best to, well, in the draft, if we get a better player, which we probably won't, but if we do, then I will put Jimmy Garoppolo as our second string again. And thing I'm trying to wonder, how are the Browns... Well, the thing that I think everyone's wondering is how did the Browns beat the Ravens? That's the only thing that I'm trying to wonder is how did the Browns beat the Ravens? So yeah, next week we're facing an 0-2 team and we're 1-1. But if you guys remember, we are the Cleveland Browns. So I will try and create a story for next video. That will probably be tomorrow before I go to school, because I have a 2-hour delay tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna try and create another story about the Ravens game. And they might have, and so they might be talking about, like, Ray Lewis is gonna do a press conference, and he might be talking about how he feels good winning against his old team, or he doesn't feel good winning against his old team, but he does feel good getting the first W on the Browns season. So that's how you can tell the Browns are not going to go 0-16 this season. So yeah, if there's one constant in the NFL, it's that Aaron Rodgers is going to continue to throw touchdown passes. He's ninth all time now on that list. In a close game between the rivals, the Browns came away with the slim 32 to 30 victory over the Ravens. Aaron Rodgers led the way for the Browns, throwing for 3 touchdowns and a 32 to 30 win over the Ravens. And I don't think any of the Browns. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers is leading the league in passing touchdowns. He's not leading the league anything else. We are second in the league. Yeah, we didn't get on the board for anything. So we're second in the league for defense, 28th in the league for offense. That's not okay. We need to do better. But we're second in the league for defense. We only allow 571 yards, and we only scored 63 points. So we need to work on getting this offense better. So yeah, Ray Lewis is still 32nd. He still has no legacy score, nor... Oh no. Well, it says we're 32nd. Yeah, it says we're 32nd, so I'm just gonna say we're 32nd. But Ray Lewis is now still 32nd. He still has yet to get any legacy scores. I know he has no Super Bowls, but technically he does, and he has no Super Bowls, he has no championships, and he has no legacy score. So we're gonna try next week to work on getting Ray Lewis up there. Hold on. 2 receiving touchdowns, second in the league. Alright. But so yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm actually very surprised on how we beat the Ravens, and Steelers are still 2-0, which we are gonna have to work on. So yeah, since the Steelers are still 2-0, there are a lot of undefeated teams so far. So yeah, we need to work on this. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like. Also, hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to continue watching the series, hit that subscribe button. Then also please hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button down below, become part of the Dark Lord Army, and become a Dark Lord today to help vanquish the others that stand in our way. Also, go subscribe over to my girlfriend Ava's channel. Her name is Zombie Girl. And then also go subscribe over to my brother, Najib the Optimist. And yeah, this is going to be the final video for tonight. I will continue this series tomorrow. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed us beating the Browns. Us beating the Browns, even though we are the Browns. I definitely enjoyed us beating the Browns. So yeah, we're going to try and get a better running back core. So yeah, we're gonna try and get better running backs. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace, have a great few days, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.